Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. This is iAllegedly. And I've got a good one for you today because home prices are falling and we're still getting record highs on the price. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. And let's get right into it. Wow. Seasonally adjusted numbers just came in. And what we found out is that home sales are off a staggering amount. We're only expected to do 3.93 million households in sales for the year. That is insane, guys. Absolutely nuts. Now, here's the thing about this. You can sit there and say, oh, you know, it's hot, it's summer. This is home buying season, guys. Traditionally, summer is the hot time of year for people to make the change, whether they are retired, whether they have children. It does not matter. It makes no difference. None. This is the time of year to buy houses. But guess what? It's not happening right now. Now, you can sit there and say, oh, it's better than 2024. No, it's not. It's better than 2023. No, it's not. It is absolutely off an absolute staggering amount. 2023 was bad, 2024 was bad. And what they attribute this to is the high interest rates, which I'm telling you guys, this is a joke. This is a story time that we're all being fed, and it's an absolute lie. The average price of a house hit $438,000, which I'm telling you guys, if you live in an area with a $438,000 average home, go scoop that up, go buy it. Okay, it's free. Okay, if you can work, you can pay your bills, and you can live in a nice, safe community, go do that. Because I am telling you, here in Southern California, you get nothing for that. There are war zones. There are areas that are awful. In my last video, I talked about people going to Enino, which is a nice area, okay, very expensive, and people completely riddled with crime and cannot have a safe, can't walk their dogs, can't go outside. So if you can live and you can afford that, go do it. Okay, I'm telling you, just why not? We have nothing like that here in California. Nothing. I mean, there's areas like that, but they're just, run down and crime ridden and things like that. Now, the average interest rate right now, 6.6 to just over 7%. There's a lot of people that are self-employed that are paying higher than that. The National Association of Realtors has an economist that says that we need interest rates to get to 6%. And if we get them to 6%, we will see 160,000 more homeowners. Guys, if payment is everything for you, go work a deal. Go have a buy down. Go to a new home builder and work out a deal where you can get a payment like buying a car. You should live there forever. That's what most people think they're going to do when they buy a home. But the idea with this is it's all payment driven. If we just could get the payments where we want, we're going to be able to afford this home. Okay, I'm telling you guys, home ownership is different. You got to pay for everything. Faucet breaks, you're picking it up. You want to clean those carpets, you can't call somebody. It's funny. I have a friend of mine who's moving out of his house that he's lived in for 11 years. And there has been 5 management companies during 11 years. And the most recent one has only been there 9 months. And he goes, yeah, I had to go through and look through my paperwork to find my original deposit and everything. Been transferred. And it has been just an absolute mess. Now, they're going to have a pre-walkthrough for exiting the property. And I'm like, how do you do a pre-walkthrough with somebody from 11 years ago? Now, they fixed things throughout this time. But again, when he needed things repaired, like, for example, the most recent one he told me about was the sprinklers. Sprinklers went bad. Yeah, the automatic sprinklers don't work. Well, the homeowner just wants you to know that they're on a fixed income now, and they're not going to be fixing the property anytime soon. Okay, so if the doors break, the electrical goes bad, no, they just don't have the money. And by the way, the house is worth $1.4 million. These people have bought it when it was nothing. And again, not putting a dollar into fixing the property. So let's walk away from the guys working on the... So anyways, let's get back to the real estate debacle right now. We have not seen sales this low since the mid-90s. I get a kick out of this because when we talk about realtors, you know, there are so many realtors that have not closed one property in the course of the last year. For you to be considered a high sales realtor, you have sold 10 properties in the last year. That seems good. You know what I mean? Basically, almost one a month, and you're making dough, and you're good in your community. But the whole thing about this right now is that it's just not moving. Nothing is moving. Now you have pockets of areas like we've talked about, the South and Florida, and now Vegas. Vegas is an absolute nightmare because it's houses double in value. Now you're starting to have people send me houses that people bought for $600,000 5 years ago, right before the pandemic. The house goes to $1.4 million, 600,000 to 1.4 million. Can't sell it, lower the price to 1.2. Now the house is at 900,000 and it doesn't look like it's going to sell. So what do you do? Seriously, what do you do? So I personally don't believe the shenanigans of, oh, if we could just get lower payments, it'll make everybody will buy a house. I don't think so. Not here. It's not going to work. So let me know what you think about this. We've not seen sales this low since the mid 90s, 1990s. Yes, that's right. So Dave Ramsey, other experts have talked about how interest rates are going to be above 6%. You need to live with that. If you can live with that, then you can afford a home. Okay? Don't forget the electricity. Don't forget maybe your homeowner association, insurance, things like that just, cost you month after month after month. So let me know what you think about this. These numbers are staggering, guys. But again, they'll spin it. They'll make it all okay. But again, guys, when you have all these people talking about these numbers and that you're going to see interest rates above 6%, it's going to be a problem. Lowering the interest rate, what's it going to do? Oh, it's going to make people buy more houses. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Let me know what you think so far. Hey guys, one of our subscribers reached out, Dave. Dave has a son that's a firefighter in LA Fire Department. And they are trying to raise money for the actual fire department, fire station, for essentials, anything that they need. And every year they do a calendar. Okay, now you're thinking, oh, hunky men. Nope, dogs. And people vote to have their dogs on the calendar. And Dave's dog, Charles, is up for the running. So I'm going to leave the link below. If you would like to vote to have Charles on the calendar, you can do that, and it's all monetary. So if you want to donate to the LA County Fire Department, it is absolutely, this is a tax write-off, and you can vote for Charles to be in the calendar. If Charles is in the top 12, he gets a photo shoot, he gets to be primped, and Charles gets to be in the calendar. Okay? The link will be below. It'll be right on top. Let me know. Okay? And, it's for a good cause, and Dave's a good guy. He's reached out a few times. You're very pretty. One thing I get a kick out of is made in the USA. And then people say, or is it? How about this one? Two things that were brought to my attention literally in the last 24 hours. Number one, beef prices have gone through the flipping roof. To buy a steak, to buy a hamburger, to buy any beef at all has just gone sky high right now. And the problem that we've had is all these problems with the farmers. And what we've seen is a lot of imported beef lately. And they just banned imported beef from Mexico because they were saying made in the USA. It's not made in the USA. It's made in Mexico, grown in Mexico. So with that, no, it's not made in the USA. There's a great article below about that. But the other thing is, you guys, I'm on the National Warn Notice list. And what that is when you have people that are, hey, you're going to lose your job in 60 days, they notify people of this stuff, which is the way it should be. People should be notified when they're going to lose their job. How about this one? Home Depot. Wow, Home Depot's laying off 153 people? Yeah, they're laying them off in Mexico. And I'm like, wait, why are we getting the warn notice here? Well, what they're doing is because they're an American company, they're trying to comply with the American laws and let you know that in Mexico, they're going to lay off 153 people. Wow, that's crazy. So again, guys, this is the shit. This is the stuff that we're sold. Okay, and again, you know, do you believe this stuff? Do you believe they're made in the USA? Should we know about the Mexican layoffs? I mean, do you care about that? Okay, almost said it. That was close. Um, the box office. Think about this. Yeah, you've had some, hits this year. Inside Out 2, the Mission Impossible movie, the Formula One movie was a success. There's been a few other things out there. Superman is making a bunch of money. But the box office, guys, is off to pre-pandemic levels. It is not even close. Do you go to the movies anymore? My uncle, who used to see 3 movies a week, I had dinner with him last night, was like, when was the last time you were in a movie theater? I said, oh my God, it's been a very long time. It's been years. I just don't go anymore. Now, the problem with this is, think about this. Think about how expensive it is. Think about the food. Think about popcorn. I'm telling you, it's $100 experience to take somebody to the movies now to eat and to do all this stuff. So that's why it's destroyed. Plus, people hate what Hollywood is producing. People hate what Hollywood means right now. So I don't think it's ever coming back, guys, myself. So let me know. Let me know what you think about this. A climate writer, which I got to get this guy's name right because it's a good one, Marco Kopinski. He is a climate writer, activist, author, and he said, listen, I looked at the EV cars and they're not worth it. They do more damage to the environment. The idea if you have zero emissions for this vehicle is preposterous, because what you have is you have nickel, cobalt, and all the other precious metals that are involved with making the EV car, and it makes it so that it's actually more expensive, and your carbon footprint is bigger driving certain EV cars. So he's no longer going to drive an EV car. And I got to give this guy credit. It's a pretty good breakdown. You know, the majority of the people that buy EV cars are upset about the mileage. What they're told and what they get are two different things. Again, some people like the tech. I have a buddy of mine who is getting his Tesla delivered today, and he is the happiest guy on earth. Now think about this. I'm not going to be specific in the numbers, but they did things like this. Hey, if you take from our inventory, we will give you a $3,000 discount. They had almost 50 cars in inventory. Pick the color, pick the car on the lot that we have, and you'll save this amount of money, and which lowers the payment. Every time you do it, it just click, 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 the payment goes down. Okay? So the $7,500 tax credit's going away. But also the other thing was, he had a nice Lexus to turn in, and he was going to go sell it at CarMax and do all that stuff, and CarMax gave him a good price. And when he had to speak to Tesla, somebody at Tesla about this, they're like, oh, let us give you a price in the car. He got almost $2,000 more for the car through Tesla. So talking about making deals, they're making deals. But again, he doesn't drive like I do. Okay. And it's crazy, absolutely crazy, guys. So if you want one of those EV cars, go get one. There's a coding platform that wiped out an entire database using AI. The AI wiped out the company's entire database, all the sales information, all the tracking, all the manufacturing info. How about that? Okay. Oh, we're sorry. That's what the AI said to the company. Read that story below because it was good. They're talking about, will Jerome Powell lower interest rates? Will he be around? Will he be gone? I'm telling you guys, do you really think that this is going to make the difference in you buying a home? Last time they lowered interest rates, it didn't lower your credit card interest rates. It didn't lower, your home loans. It didn't lower the second mortgages. It didn't do anything, basically. So is this going to make a big difference for all of us? So, and again, ground beef hitting record highs. That is something that affects so many people. It affects restaurants. The thing about this right now is you're seeing such a lack of value when it goes to eating out, when it goes to fast food prices. It's funny. I got El Pollo Loco, the Mexican chicken place. Got coupons for that, and they slid out of my mail, and I picked it up, and it was like one individual meal. The smallest meal was $9 now. I'm like, wow, that is a lot of money. It's just not, you don't have these $4.99 deals anymore. So things like this are just outrageous. But when it comes to beef and you're starting to see all this stuff, it's just, out of control. There was a 158-year-old company forced to close after a ransomware attack, and 700 jobs were lost. So UK-based transportation company, somebody guessed the IT password, guessed it, and one of the bad guys got it. So again, guys, we've talked about this till I am blue in the face. If you think that your passwords are safe, they are not. You should write them down, have them hidden, let other people know them, because I'm telling you, people die. I heard a horrific story yesterday where somebody died, and a woman's husband died, passed away, and she walked in the bank account and into the bank to get access to the bank account, and Marvin died, okay, and they gave her the money out of the account, and then she says, okay, we need to go to the safe deposit box. Well, you can't go in there because Marvin's not here. We just told you he died. Yeah, well, we need a court order now for you to get into the safety deposit box. So again, she would have kept her mouth shut or gone to the safety deposit box first, because I have access to that, and not told people that she died. People share information at times when they shouldn't share it. So again, this trucking company, 700 jobs lost because of a ransomware attack. I'm telling you guys, it's nuts. And I'm going to close this out. Wahberers. Mark Wahlberg and his brothers started Wahberers, and off his fame, and his one brother's a chef, and the place is pretty good. It's got good hamburgers, if that's your thing. But Wahberers is closing right now, 79 location nationwide in a 2025 shakeup. Why? Because of profitability. Why? Because of labor costs. Why? Because of food costs. In other words, it's too expensive. Do you want to spend, hey, it's a Mark Wahlberg burger, it's $42. No, nobody wants that. So hit the like button. Let me know what you think. And you want to email me. It's hello@iallegedly.com. Make very good choices in your life. Understand this, guys. We are all living through this debacle. We all are. And you can sit there and blame one side politically. You can do whatever you want. I'm telling you, drive your own ship. Make sure your finances are right, and get some education. If you're not familiar with it, learn it. Okay? I'll see you very soon.